Hello, everybody. It is I, Master Juniper Bloom Mystique. It's been a minute since I've been on this channel, this YouTube channel, because I do have three. I have my main one, which is all of the Return of Christ work, the Ascension work. And then I have this one, and then I have my music one. So I encourage you to check all three out because they're very, very relevant for what's going on right now. But this is my healing light movement. I am a master healer. I am an ascension master, and I am a divine guide. I had a Kundalini awakening in 2019, and a lot of things just happened through me, including dealing with the Return of Christ work. So right now we're in very strange times on the earth, right? They can be very overwhelming in the energies. There's been some unprecedented shiftings occurring that were not necessarily part of the original plan. We are currently going through massive portals, and it's sped up. Let's just put it that way. So I encourage you to check out my main channel to understand what that fully means. But today I am here to help you heal. We're going to be detoxing a little bit with the light. I'm going to use the light. I have crystals. I also have a little crystal sphere that you will see in the image in this video. And we are going to heal. We're going to draw the light in. I'm going to draw the light in you and myself, and we're going to heal. We're going to detox things back into the earth and whatever else comes through. But I really feel like we need to do some detoxing. We need some purifications right now, especially for this upcoming Lionsgate portal. I know personally I have a very massive portal workshop because during the Lionsgate, the one I'm going to be doing is taking us around the world. It deals with the Return of Christ stuff. So it's very powerful. We're going to go around the world for 8 days, so from the 1st through the 8th. And I'll be doing things within the ley lines. And there's going to be some massive shifting ahead. So it's really good to prepare our bodies and be ready for that. You can join the workshop if you want to. They're massively powerful. They're potent. They include everything from DNA activations to upgrades of the body, the soul. They are truly like portal healings. So you can join that. But no matter who you are, we need to kind of prep for this upcoming portal. We are kind of already going into it. Plus, we had the full moon yesterday. So, or the 21st, right? We're still in the energy of that a bit. And so I said yesterday, because I did a workshop that shifted us into like the final portal abruptly, ahead of time, ahead of schedule, because not a lot of people have been choosing love, unconditional love, right? There's been so much hesitation and thinking we have time, but we don't have time. So it's super important right now to prep our bodies, all right? Or these energies are going to kick your butt, and they can cause fear to rise. They can cause lots of things to rise. I'm going to keep it real because I know who I am and what I've done and what's coming. So we can't sugarcoat it. We need to be strong. We need to have our immune system up. Medications, things like that will cause harm during this time because they don't align with these Christ light energies. That's truly what they are. 7D-esque Christ light inbound. Okay. Maximum sun stuff. There's a lot coming forward. So I'm going to use Palo Santo. That's what I've been using to kind of cleanse the energy. This painting you see right behind me, I channeled when I took us into 7D during the Return of Christ work. They showed me the image. They told me how to paint it. And it is a 7D portal. This one was done by somebody else before I cleared Mount Shasta and did the work. We didn't know all of what it meant. She did a reading on, we were doing an exchange, and she saw it in my energy. And it turns out all of this was relevant to the Return of Christ work. From clearing Mount Shasta to raising Atlantis, sitting on Saturn, to activating pyramids, it's all there. So my point is, these are very powerful, powerful energies. You don't have to believe me, because only those who are willing to see will stay, because the truth shall set you free. Okay. So welcome. Again, I am a master healer. I do things slightly different. But I do everything, right? So what some might call Reiki, I don't call Reiki as a master healer. I have my Light Healers Academy, right? So I'm a light healer at the base of everything. I can use flames. I use all kinds of things. I will be drawing light into your system today because that's what I'm seeing needs to be done. So I channel what we need. So what I do here is based on what we need in the energy. And some of the videos I do here, my body took a hit in dealing with the return of Christ stuff. The fallen didn't like it, right? And so my solar plexus got shattered quite a few times. And so I'm processing all of that. So I swelled. And in truth, our bodies really do need a lot of love right now. They need a lot of support. So keep that in mind. Sometimes we need movements. We absolutely need movement, kind of like Tai Chi and Qigong and yoga, whatever you like to do. I'm not a yoga fanatic personally. So I don't do that too much, but I do like movement, kind of like, so everything on this channel you're going to find is channeled. It's what we need. Okay. So if any of the videos are drawn to you, don't judge them because that blocks you anyways. Just be, if you accept it, it can be. Okay. Nothing happens to you, only through you, my friends. It matters on what you're willing to see and be and accept. Okay. So with that being said, making sure I have no slippers on my feet, no nothing. Your feet should be on the floor. That's all I need from you. I do ask you to kind of participate with me because I'm going to do an eyes open guided meditation, so to speak. So I am going to be drawing the light through us. Okay. And I will be doing whatever else. I have lots of crystals here, from pink amethyst to purple amethyst, chevron, to blue calcite, angel auric crystals, to lapis lazuli, to kyanite, to quite a few things. Okay. Howlite. I have rose quartz here. We have lepidolite here. I have pink calcite, pink tourmaline, black tourmaline. So these are the things that I got to grab to call forth today. Okay. And I also have my own healing wands that I made in the union of my twin flame journey, clearing out the deep blue sea. So Pleiadian howlite. I love this one. So they're all here and they will help support us. Okay. So just bear with me, go with the flow, listen to my voice. You can keep your eyes open. You can do things. You can truly lay down and close your eyes and watch these if you want to, but I like it when our feet are on the floor. Okay. You don't have to be outside, but I truly do like it when our feet are on the floor and your palms are facing up for receptive mode. Okay. And then I'll do the rest. So I also burp as a healer. I will burp to release sometimes. Sometimes I'll gag. It depends on what's going on. Please don't allow any of that to freak you out. I don't mean to be rude. It just comes through and I cannot help it. Okay. I also make these. These are filled with Christ light and the light of the sun. Sun catchers. So there's a lot of energy present with us. Okay. To support you, to help provide healing for you in the most abundant, maximum way I can, because I mean, you guys, the world has shifted so much. The only way to get true abundance is if we're ascending. Okay. All right. So put your feet on the floor, palms facing up. And I want to start actually with our hands in Anjali mode. So like just right in front of your heart or your mouth or your third eye, whatever calls to you. But we're going to just open our hands like this and take a breath in and then breathe out and release. Okay. So I just want to do that a few times. When we can start to set our intention here. I intend to heal. I'm going to call in the creator of all that is and all of the angels to be with us at this time. I call in the energies of the north, the east, the south, and the west all the way back to the north, because Revelations 21:13 has been completed, to complete that divine presence and the highest light source possible. We're just opening our chest. This is what we're doing. We're opening our chest. We're setting the intention. We want an open heart. I agree to be present with my mind, my body, my soul, and to just be free of expectations and be an observer today, and to receive with gracious receptivity. I call in all elements to surround us, to provide support and healing, and any angels that wish to be present as well, or gods or goddesses, whatever wishes to step forward, but they're not necessary. I call in the activation of your higher self to you to provide maximum receptivity for you. Archangel Michael is stepping in to help clear any energy in your auric field. So any negative connections, rays or grays, reds or grays, whatever. There's lots of different names that people have for energies that are not of the light. I don't worry about titles. I'm just here to clear everything that does not align, everything that is not of God, everything that is outside of your free will, everything that needs to be removed to receive the highest healing today. So any cords of attachment, energetic vampires, whatever it is. I set up this protection of bubble of light, and I'm going to energetically draw like a big circle of salt. So I can see myself putting like Himalayan pink salt around us in the circle. And those who are going to join this are going to be drawn into this circle today. I also speak language of God. It's a light language, but it's one that wasn't here before. So I've returned the language of God, and that is what I speak. It is not tongues. It is different than anything you're really going to hear. And you can feel it in your heart, whether you know what I'm saying or not. Okay, so just open your heart and just be open to receiving. I'm already burping because I'm connecting. So right away, just put your hands down in receptivity mode. I'm going to draw down the light from the heavens above. It's a beautiful white light with golden light hues and blue light. So it's like the light of the moon and the light of the sun and the white light from the one, all combined and coming down from the heavens above. And it's going to come down into your aura. I'm going to bring it down into your crown, and I'm being told to grab my selenite wand to help release any muck in your crown. Releasing hidden shadows, hidden congestion, like the collective mind funk. Somebody needs a little healing in their crown chakra towards the backside where it should connect to our causal. Fully opening up your crown chakra. And I'm going to bring the light down now further into your third eye. This is for detoxing all of the energies, physical, spiritual, emotional, that these shiftings are bringing about, right? They're meant to. So we're just going to detox. We're going to remove chemicals. We're going to remove energy that is either stuck within the layers of our vessel, and whatever else comes through. So this is not just limited to chakras. I need you to understand that. So I'm drawing down now from the third eye, and this is just to open you up and ground you so far, okay? And I'm coming down into the throat chakra at this time. And I'm drawing down from deep into the throat. I need to deeply go into the throat, and I just need to stretch our shoulders and our neck. If you could do that for me, just kind of allow some stretching and some movement of your shoulders, ouch, and your neck. There we are. Yep, lots going on in there. So at the back of the neck, as we were doing that, I see a lot of congestion and muck and yuck. So I'm going to remove that. I'm also being called for myself, I feel like, to draw some light into my my vertebrae in my neck. So like my C2 and C3. Oh, that feels weird. I'm being drawn to draw a light into my own neck. I feel like this might be mine, but into my like C2 and C3 area, my cervical spinal column, my vertebrae. There's a false curvature in mine, but I knew that. But I'm actually drawing some healing through mine and into my vertebrae here. Oh, very interesting. So I see myself actually moving some around. It's almost like a slipped disc would be, like a little bit of a movement in there that isn't quite right. And so I'm like realigning my bone structure, which is rather strange to some of you, it might be, but I'm not a normal healer, okay? And so I'm just drawn to do whatever is showing for me to do. There's no limits in what I do at all. I do a lot of healings that are outside of normalcy for most beings. Wow, it did something too because I was having limited mobility there. Nice. So do a stretch of your neck for me so I can check all of our necks here. Beautiful. So within somebody's neck, I'm going to your thyroid as well. And this is somewhat just preparation. Like I haven't even fully began the healing. I'll draw back up for the healing. So I'm going to start now drawing the light further from the throat into the heart space, into our heart chakra area, and starting to open that up. There's some muck and some yuck in somebody's. So I'm like moving around some energy. We're going to heal more on the return. And I'm coming down through the heart towards the solar plexus. I feel like I'm finally entering fully into the solar plexus area. Nice, beautiful, very vibrant yellow. There's some discolorations here that, you know, when we get mucked up, it's not as vibrant yellow as it should be. And they reflect in our auric field as well. So I can see them in your aura also. We should be upgraded by now to 7D auric field, but a lot have not. So I do see the difference in energies here within our auric field. But I'm going to go down from the solar plexus. There's a little bit of a blockage between the solar plexus towards the navel and the sacral area. Your sacral area is around your reproductive area, you know, right above your pelvis area, where your gonads would be, no matter what sex you are, right? And I feel as I'm going into the sacral, a big knot. It's like this big ball of energy. So I'm going to start to dissipate it. It's almost like I'm just contrasting the energy and it's starting to dissipate. It's starting to like almost evaporate. And I'm helping this line of light going down. In the sacral. And I finally feel like I just went boom, fully in your sacral. And I'm going to take it down from there into the root. And there is some imbalancing here. There's a few things I'm seeing, but as we come back up is when I will address it all. I just need to get through to ground you. And I finally see the root. It's like this vibrant red. There's some brownish color in there, like a little darker red. So we will be sure, I'm sure, to address that on the way back up. but I'm in the root. Again, there's some yuck and muck between the sacral and root going on here, but I'm not going to address it yet. I'm going to draw down now a singular line from the root chakra, and I'm going to draw it down from your body, going down through your earth star chakra and into the layers of the earth. Now the earth's about to do some major shifting. Her core is expanding. That's part of the return of Christ work that I've done, and the Nile work that I did when Sekhmet returned. So there's just, and all the pyramid activations, you guys, there's some major shifting going on here. So I'm going to ground you to different areas is what I'm seeing. I feel like there's different geographical areas coming into this video, and it doesn't matter when you found this video, it's for you. But I need to like ground you depending upon your area. So hang on. So some of you are going to get drawn down into the water layer. You need to ground with the water. Be aware of your water systems. A lot are toxic at this time. So I would have filtered water, alkaline water, those kinds of things, especially after this healing. Okay. Because your body will purge the work that I do. So it's important to drink lots of water, just as if you get a massage. Okay. Consider it like a deep tissue release, but more. Now, some of you, I'm going to ground into the rock and the sediment layer of the earth. Nice, solid foundation grounding. Others of you, I need to ground into the tree roots. So with tree roots, it's like very solid foundation, but also movement, right? Like it requires movement within that foundation. Adaptability, but strength. I need a strength. And others, I'm grounding into the crystalline grid, which has been changed. It's not the same either. All darkness was removed out of the earth in layers you probably didn't think existed. So this is totally different. With the crystalline grid is a lot of masculine and feminine light, because that's what it's been returned to. And I'm going to draw up the light now, the energy from the earth, including elements. So the energy of water, the energy of soil, some wind, some fire, right? Whatever fire and flames might come up. And we're going to draw them up into our feet. We're going to cleanse the earth star chakra completely, just detoxing it. You should have 3 of them, but majority of you do not. You still have 1. So I'm literally talking to your chakra. It needs to align to your DNA. And if you haven't upgraded enough in DNA, it's having a hard time. So I want it to still read your blueprint no matter where you're at on your journey. Because the earth has shifted a lot. She has already been reborn. And so you're watching that play out piece by piece. So it's almost like this flower opening up and this essence rising up into your vessel. And all of that energy is going to come up into your feet now. There's beautiful soil, sediment-rich, mineral-rich soil that will help cleanse the iron levels and so much more in your system coming up into your feet, your ankles, your calves, your knees, your thighs. And we're going to draw it into the root. And I'm going to swish it around in the root at this time. And there's some pain on my backside. So I'm actually drawn into somebody's tailbone, like right at the base of their spinal column within their bone structure. It's almost like some damage has been applied here. And so I need to bring in some healing light into the bone structure of your pelvis. I'm also going to start to detox a little bit of your different chakras associate with different parts of the body, but they also commingle and coincide, right? But then the root chakra, it's like the colon, a little bit of the colon's coming out here, the pelvis alignment, your sciatic nerve is also included in this. Some of the blood in your body is also included here. So all of this is getting a detox, okay? I'm being drawn to the blue kyanite and the black tourmaline at this time to help assist you removing some toxins from all of the lower half of your body. The urinary tract is also included in your root. And it's also showing me a little bit of the gallbladder. A little bit of the kidney energy comes through in the root. So I'm bringing this beautiful, yummy, mineral-rich soil in it. And I'm going to draw up some vines from the earth. Just imagine these beautiful vines coming up from the earth and wrapping around your ankles and your feet to help draw out these toxins, okay? The earth is going to help us transmute all of these toxins out of our body. So I'm going back into your root. This is hard. So I'm seeing the matrix in some of you. You need to detach like now because it's falling now. We don't have time left. God cut the timeline short. Not enough. We're choosing love, unconditional. So it's going to be jarring for the system. Okay. So I'm just going to remove some toxins within the root, some deeper hidden toxins here. These are like chemical and stuff, and everything that's tied to the root within your body is also receiving it. So including your bones, your muscles, your tissue, the skin system that's associated with that level of the body, part of your spinal columns, part of your spinal fluid, your silver column, your silver cord. And I'm going to start drawing it now into the root or the sacral, excuse me. So now I'm being drawn to the howlite for your sacral and the pink tourmaline. Resistance. There's a lot of resistance. Release the path of resistance. Release the path of needing to understand what is happening. Release the path. Release the resistance. Release the fear. There's some deep fear here. And I'm going to bring some water now into the sacral from the earth, the elements, to start to purify and detox the sacral. Water. I need emotional release within the sacral. Lake Titicaca is coming in because that is where I was reborn at during the Return of Christ work. That is where the hub of Atlantis was. And there's major healing and activations required through that portal. But the sacral is there. It's part of the sacral chakra of the earth. And so within that energy, I'm connecting it to your sacral. Because our chakras align with that of the earth and that of the planets around us and the ethereal, it's all there. And our own personal stuff, right? Traumas, connections, past lives, all of it is within our energetic system. And within the sacral, I'm going more into the reproductive system. So gonads, some prostate gland is coming through here for masculines. Some ovaries healing and tissue and fallopian tubes and uterus and cervix is all coming in here. And we're just detoxing it all. So as I'm doing that, you guys, the cycle of the moon is being undone. It's a false cycle that I undid in the Return of Christ. I have moved them. They've been changed and rearranged. And in order to make it, you have to undo those connections. Should be a massive upgrade. You can receive all of that in the path to righteousness, but God shifted the timeline shorter. He stopped the 7-year tribulation and said, it's done. The reset is now. So this is going to be traumatic on the system, to say the least. There's so much healing required here. So as I'm in your sacral, I'm detaching you, male or female, it doesn't matter, from the false pull of the moon. It's a false concept of time. It's a false pull on the reproductive system. So it's like pretty much removing the matrix from your sacral a little bit there. The rest has to be done through you through free will, but for what I can do, I'm doing it today. And then I need to remove some more toxic waste within the sacral, what they're calling byproduct. And I'm going to take a piece of the ethereal and I'm going to put it into your sacral. And so I'm still moving energy around in the sacral, and as it pertains to your physical body, I'm using water, I'm using light, I'm using the energy of these crystals I have in front of me. So for this one, it's pink tourmaline and howlite. And then I need the frequency of 375. So I'm going to bring that frequency in as well. It's going to be a 375, 275, and 175. They want it in that consecutive order. So it's almost like a hum, hum. And then it's how it's relation to the genetic complex and your immune system, detoxing. Detoxing your genetic complex and your immune system. And as I'm doing that, I can feel yuck and muck moving in my sacral. It's like shifting. It's really shifting in there. And when I say me, I'm referring to you, unless I'm very clear in specifications. It's about your body. I see your body through my own as I'm doing these. So I'm going to drop the light more through your sacral into your navel and into your solar plexus. And the solar plexus, we're going to do a lot of healing on right now. And I'm going to also help remove visceral fat. We're going to detox these fake foods from our organs, the outer layer, the visceral fat. We're going to really cleanse our solar plexus here. And again, the lower chakras. There's a lot more chakras than the one I mentioned, but they're all getting touched on, okay? And within the solar plexus, like pancreas, our gallbladder, our intestinal tract, small and large, our reproductive systems, masculine or feminine, our urinary tract system, and this is going up into also our nervous center. So our solar plexus is highly attached to our nervous center, and it's also going into our lungs, okay, and our kidneys and our liver, adrenal glands. Some adrenal fatigue is present here. I need to detox and activate the adrenal glands on somebody. And I'm bringing up water and kind of swishing it through the solar plexus and swishing it back down into the earth. And I'm going to continue doing that. And I'm using the soil for the organs and the visceral fat. I'm going to kind of burn that off as well. So the element of fire is coming in here. Black tourmaline and chrysaline. And I'm going to use light. And I'm going to take this beautiful white light and blue light and start to burn off any yucky on the outside of your organs and within your tissue and your muscle wall and your stomach wall, especially my own. Like our solar plexus and our sacral and our root is so connected to our physical body. They totally affect each other. These foods are fake. They don't belong in the new earth. There's a lot of fake foods here. And so I'm going to really start to go up into your tissues and your organs and this visceral fat and adipose tissue. And I'm going to start to break it down with the light. The liver, especially right now, is getting some fatty tissue removal. The kidneys and the adrenal glands, the gallbladder, the appendix. Oh, the appendix. What? Adrenal fatigue is present in somebody. Resistant to certain things, can't absorb certain things. So like if I told you you were low in vitamins and you can't absorb them, it doesn't matter how many you take. So I need to cleanse this through the intestinal wall, the intestinal tract, the colon, the pancreas, the prostate gland, liver and kidneys, adrenal glands. A little bit of like sepsis type energy, right? Just like bacterial buildup here. And going into the spinal fluid, spinal column, and the bone structure. Also, I'm being drawn to scrape somebody's bone marrow within their vertebrae. This will cause your blood to create brand new blood. So I'm definitely feeling some muck towards my belly button there, towards my sacral still. So I'm just going to kind of go back down a little bit and really focus some light there. There's some deep hidden suffrage. So like some sorrow, some grief coming out here. There's a lot going on. This shifting is very jarring, and we skipped quite a few portals. God said enough. There wasn't quite a lot of love being given towards the work, towards anything. People just lacking the will to want to rise as a whole. And so it's been a shift. There's been an abrupt shift. So I'm going to remove some more matrix components between the sacral and the solar plexus here and the navel. So I'm also drawing some light between your navel umbilical cord connections. Healing the mother wound, detoxing the connection to the mother, to life support, and of the blood and the genome pool. More detoxing of the genetic makeup. And this is a lot. Take your time with this. You can listen to this a few times, but it's happening either way as long as you are here and partaking and your intention is to receive. Now, those vines that I called up and wrapped around your legs, they're starting to draw out some of those toxins. It's like almost like sucking them out of your system to transmute them for you, to help you release. Some fear. Very much so, fear and confusion and expectations coming out in the solar plexus. Greed, justifications, devalue. I feel devalued. I lack value. And a little bit more of a matrix removal in the solar plexus. And I'm starting to go further up into the lung cavity, the spinal column, the bones, the rib cage. And I'm using the soil for the physical body and like flushing it out. Now, this is all mineral rich. So it's super mineral rich, iron rich, replenishing and detoxing. This is a major detox. And within the solar plexus, I've done another one of these full circle detox where we took it very far. Like it was like over days and we just kept going and going. And so that one's awesome too. You could check that out if you want to, but I'm just able to get what I can get right now. There's a lot more to it, right? There's always more. So please drink lots of water, pay attention to your body, listen to it. Make sure you have access to water, to some foods, depending upon where you are. Fear does not serve you though. So never be in fear, ever. You either are or you're not. You're either in the karmic play out or you chose love. And that's about what's all that's left now. Garden of Eden is coming out here, just like the energy of the Garden of Eden. So I'm going from the solar plexus now up to the heart space. I'm bringing the water into the chakra, kind of swishing and swirling it around in the heart space and sending it back down to the earth. And I will continue doing that. And then I'm bringing up the soil to go into your lungs, your heart, your bone structure. A little bit of the liver is coming out here in the heart. And there's some deep-rooted fear here. And some shadow components. And then I'm also healing the DNA structure that goes with it. This is just detoxing right now. If you want all the upgrades, it's a lot of work, and those are other healings that you can do. But for now, this is major detoxing, especially of the heart. So I need to get some visceral fat off the heart and some plaque out of somebody's artery. and your pulmonary valve. So it's like the arteric side and the pulmonary side. I mean, the major artery to the pulmonary valve. And the vena cava healing here. So I'm going to bring some soil into the vena cava. Ooh, I feel that. There's some weird pains in the heart there. And it's like a little bit of a like a skipped beat patterning. So I'm almost adjusting the rhythmic value within somebody's heart pump. And there is some plaque in the artery valve, and then also in the pulmonary valve. Almost like congestion in the pulmonary side. Like fluidy. And then I'm removing some enzymes from the muscle part of the heart on somebody. I'm bringing a lot of light in here, especially into the vena cava. Oh, and when I say that, I feel some pains in my heart. I need some rhythmic value adjustment. So it's almost if I take like this, those, you know what I mean? The, shockers, shock your heart back into rhythm. And I can see it as if I'm kind of holding your heart in my hand, and it's like da-dunk, da-dunk, da-dunk. And the ebb and flow valve, I can see it opening and closing, and I'm going to adjust somebody's. And then I see the blood and the energy flowing in and out. There is like this weird vein going into the heart. It's not an artery, it's a vein, and there's a little bit of a clogged duct, I would call it. So I'm going to remove this. It's like a very tiny, tiny little size nodule. Tumor-esque. And then lots of soil coming into the entirety of the heart and pushing it back down. And we're going to remove some detoxing of those chemicals and foods of the heart and push it back down. And then I'm going back into your heart chakra, and I'm going to grab a lot of water from the earth and bring it into your heart chakra, kind of moving it around in your immune system, and where it relates to the heart and the lungs is also getting a cleansing and a detox. And then I'm pushing it all back down. Now within the root chakra, I need to focus a little bit. There's some emotional turmoil and some fatigue. Almost like a bleeding heart, right? Like my heart chakra is not open. It's not fully healed. There's a lot of pull of a shadow here. And it also has to really in relation to the moon. So I'm going to bring some sunlight in here because I'm not my DM. I can't just take his moonlight. But hopefully soon he will be with me to do that for you as well. But I am the light of the sun. And so I'm taking a literal piece of the sun, very tiny bit, and I'm putting it into your heart chakra. And that energy is starting to burn some of that matrix shadows away. Karmic patterning will begin to rise. So be mindful of your choices. Oh, that was nice. Releasing. Back to the kidneys a little bit, just cleansing again. The liver and how it relates to the heart, and cleansing it again. And then your central nervous system is also getting a detox. And those vines are coming up to your leg and just drawing some stuff out. I'm going to go back down to the solar plexus one more time, and I'm going to take some sun and put it into our solar plexus to help detox and calm the energy there and repair any wounds, especially mine. Like I've been through a lot with my solar plexus. It's one of the first things attacked through the entire ascension process for me. They destroyed it quite a few times. It had to be rebuilt. So that's why my stomach is like so swollen. It's just my body is processing all of the energy and the stuff I went through. But your body will have physical symptoms as well if you're not detoxed enough for this portal coming up. Or it will anchor you into the toxic cesspool of the matrix. So now we're going up to the throat. I'm going to cleanse the throat. I feel like it's like a desert. It's like bone dry in my throat. I need a lot of love here. Speak love, be love, feel love, internal discernment into the throat. And then I also need 444 hertz. Oh, and as I get into the throat, I feel like I'm leaking. I'm giving a lot of power away. Thyroid is coming up here as well. Like slow thyroid, slow metabolism. I'm healing the thyroid and how it connects to the brain, the pituitary gland, the hypothalamus, the epiglottis. I'm healing the line of the thyroid into those spots of the brain, allowing the signals to communicate clearly. So I'm cleansing some of these chemicals from the foods, from the world, to allow our body to communicate purely. And then I'm drawing in water and soil into the thyroid and where it connects to the liver, the kidneys, the epiglottis, the hypothalamus, and the pituitary gland. So just breathe and be with me. It's a lot, but you're getting healing. So just be grateful. But it can only happen through you, not to you. So if you don't believe, then this isn't the place for you. We don't have time. We don't have time. The ending is like now. God sped it up. So there's a lot required. So just be present, be observant. And I'm in the throat and I'm towards like the top right of my throat towards my mouth. Like a little goiter-esque on the thyroid. So I'm healing some of that energy. I need to balance the thyroid, melatonin release, testosterone balance to estrogen. And remember, they connect to the brain structure, the liver, the kidneys, and even the heart. And I'm just going to draw in some soil to the throat, detoxing all of those physical parts and sending it down. Beautiful, mineral-rich, iron-rich soil. Drawing it back up from the earth to your throat, to that whole area, and sending it down. And I'm also going into the auditory canal with water and soil. So I'm going to draw them both up and go into your auditory canals. Those needed to upgrade too. There's like a lot we are behind on here. The will to rise was lackadaisical in the heart measurement of the collective soul. So again, if you don't want to rise, don't be here. But we are in the end of days for a time. We don't have time anymore. Some will stay, some will go, and some will never know life this way. And the numbers are less than originally planned either way. So be present. And fear it is not God, because you are powerful. I feel like I'm drawing light into my auditory canal, but I'm also drawing up to my eyeballs. So the back of my eyeballs feels like really wonky and a lot of pressure, almost like I can't keep my eyes closed. So I'm healing at the back of the retina. There's like some cloudiness here, some muck and yuck, and a little bit of bacteria. And as I'm doing that, I'm drawing from the throat to the third eye. And we're just going to detox. Those vines on your legs are just really absorbing and drawing out the chemicals. Just transmuting it into the earth. She's so healing. Pink tourmaline and lapis lazuli I am drawing now into your third eye. And I'm also drawing in my pink amethyst wand to help heal your, what I call your erector pili. Those, it's like how we have goosebumps on our hands, right? With our hair, they'll stand straight up. Your third eye has that too. It's internal though. It has like these receptors. And so I'm drawing in all of these crystals: pink tourmaline, lapis lazuli, and pink amethyst, and chevron amethyst. And I'm going to use these with the light as well as the soil of the earth to come in and purify and detox your pineal gland and your pituitary gland. Decalcifying pineal gland and the receptors, like the rector pili of the third eye. Somebody's third eye is almost split in two, and so I'm putting it together. This is like in the return of Christ. It wasn't just Jesus, right? We came to the Horus and Sekhmet, the sun and the moon, and I need to put those together within your pineal gland. I need to combine it. I need to put it together, and I could feel that in my head as I'm doing that. It's like a big shift right here. Big. I can feel it in my forehead. My forehead is tingling like crazy. So I'm actually putting together the masculine and feminine side, and I'm bringing a little bit of sun and moonlight, soil and water. And the crystal energy and the light. And as I'm doing that, those vines are really tightening around your legs, and it's just drawing all of that toxic out, all of that plaque, all of that toxicity, the muck and the yuck. And I'm drawing now into the crown chakra. And there's a little bit of a line going to the causal chakra for some of you, but others it's quite dormant still. I'm going to draw a little line to start awakening it. I'm really focusing on the crown at this time and the brain, but like the collective mind think, and I'm just pink tourmaline it, like on black tourmaline, and I'm going to cleanse all of these almost like Wi-Fi waves, all of these signals, programming, like energy, right? It's like so much bombarding energy coming into the crown. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to drop the soil and the water into it. And from the crown, it's like waves. It's like a circular, like a tornado-esque energy vortex. And with that, with the crown, it's connecting to your DNA and your immune system and your brain. Our brains also needed to upgrade to 7D-esque type activations, and a lot did not at this time, and I can see that. So some of the brain is going to not be as receptive to this healing as I would like it to be, because you have all these cortexes and all these activations. We have so much upgrading to align to 7D. And some are just so behind, and it's going to be devastating. As these energies come in, we really needed all of those activations. There's a little muck and yuck in my head here. So I'm in your head, but I'm cleansing it right here. Like I need to really draw out this energy. I need to, it's like hidden muck towards the back of my causal and my crown and my third eye area all combined. And then I'm just going to pour some sunlight down your energetic column and really just dump all of those toxins. It's like whoo, all the way through your system into those vines and into the earth. I'm going to do it again. It's like a wave of light just going down through your system and into the earth. Detoxing, detoxing, detoxing. Please drink lots of water and watch what you eat. If you eat meats right now, that's not going to match the vibration of the new earth. If you eat all these genetic modified foods, it's not going to match the energy of the new earth. You need to eat lightly and the purest of pure that you can. Don't eat fast foods. This is not a maybe. This is a do you want to ascend or not type of a thing. Drink lots of water, but purified water. There's a lot of toxicity in the waterways. Not everything got the anointing of the blood of Christ. Trust me, I know, because I brought down that blood. And you can watch that on my other channel. It's not quite what you think it's going to be. This is a karmic play out. That's the return of Christ. You had to heal all karma, right? So just know your area, know what you feel in your body. Biblical context does not guarantee that either. Those that are anchored into religion, it can't rise either. You have to release that. There's a healing for that, though, on my other channel in the playlist, in the Ascension playlist, the Return of Christ one. You have to release that shadow. So be mindful of that. You don't know if you're guaranteed, right? Do the healing, tune into your heart, and really open it up. So there is a little bit of like some shadow energy removal, but it's up to you to keep it out. And all past life wounds are in the energy as well. So there's multiple versions of each of you that I'm seeing at one time, because it's the Great Reset. God said that mankind will reset because of the final heart review. The scales of balance, he weighs you in the balance of love to not love. And there is lack of love all over. Lots of judgments, lots of everything outside of God, and the vibrations don't match. Okay, so be mindful of that vibration. 675 hertz now, going all the way down your center line to end this one out, my friends. So I can feel my forehead is vibrating like crazy. My crown, everything is feeling super, super activated. So be kind to yourself. Please don't let it shut down. Lots of water, rich veggies, some fruit, some blueberries, but make sure you get them from a source that is pure. I feel like I'm dizzy, like I've gone through a weird energetic vortex. So be very kind to yourself. Please, please drink filtered water or alkaline water. Some lemon water, but please don't only drink lemon water. It's also a bit dehydrating. So you want to be hydrated. You want to flush all of these out of your system and listen to your body. If you're tired, rest. Okay, there's no time like the present to heal and align. That's all that should matter, period, because nothing else is going to survive. Balance from the heart center. Removing all shackles that bind is so important, okay? So those vines have finished sucking out all those toxins, and they're releasing from your ankles, and they're returning back to the earth. You will remain connected to your higher self because of this healing. So keep that connection strong. There's a lot of detoxing that will process through your system. So be very kind to yourself. It's like getting a massage. If you don't drink enough water, it can make you feel yucky. Okay. Your body will process it through sweating. You can have like weird dreams. You can have off sleeping patterns, discolored urination, funky bowel movements. All of that is a process of your body detoxing. So all can be normal after one of these healings. You may have nothing. It's up to you and your body and how open you are to it, because they are true healings. I'm going to put a bubble around you so all of this healing continues to integrate and it doesn't just close down. So this light doesn't match with shadow light. So be very careful with that. It's contrasting and you cannot have both going through. And I see time going backwards for you that received this. It's like time started going backwards, which you want. And now I'm starting to draw back from your energy. So I want you to just slowly reacclimate. I want you to start feeling your feet, taking your focus to your toes and wiggling those. Then I want you to draw your focus up your ankles and your calves and your knees and kind of move your legs a little bit. Take a deep breath and release. Take your focus up your legs and into your hips and into your torso, into your arms and your neck and your hands, and move those. And I feel nauseous. That's also a possibility. Stretching your body. You need to get oxygen in those muscles. It's a must. Okay. The more you do that, the more you're going to release these toxins, the quicker you'll feel better and be ready for this ascension stuff, because we just skipped probably about 4 portals. They're all at once. So those that don't align are in a karmic play out. God said enough, and he shifted the timeline and the wrath path widened. So understand what the return of Christ is. God does not judge. That's not God. It's you reap what you sow. Did you choose love? And in the heart measurement, not a lot did. So this is going to be a big shift, massive shift, bigger than expected, bigger than planned. It's going to be hard. Dig your heels into the sand and choose love no matter what. All right. So I'm pulling back my energy all the way from you and detaching. Detaching your energy from mine. Detaching your energy from mine. Giving it back. Giving it back. Putting up a barrier between you and I, because I don't want you in my energy after this, right? You can do this as many times as you want, though, and it will have different outcomes every time. Cutting those ties, bringing back what's mine, making sure you have what is yours. I will leave you all anchored into the earth in the way you were anchored in, but pay attention to your heart space. Okay, not your outer world, your inner world. Your body is your best friend right now, and it can get jarring. Okay, take your time to reacclimate. We're going to end as if we started. Putting our hands together at our heart space and our throat and right at our mouth a little bit. We're going to open up with a breath and close down. Being thankful for this moment in time. Giving ourselves permission to release what doesn't align. And closing. Thank you all for being here. Be mindful. Don't judge, because if you can't get out of the matrix and become unconditional love, it is the end of the road. So much love to all of you. Be kind and know true God, not religion. Till next time. You're not just looking for a man named Jesus. That is a religion complex. It's a masculine and a feminine that dates back to Adam and Eve and rises all the way through Sekhmet and Horus. The Holy Grail has been undone. Everything. It's done. The resurrection actually part with Jesus and Mary Magdalene and undoing the Holy Grail occurred on Christmas Day of 22 live on my other channel. It's all there for you. These energies are massive. Don't think. It's outside of your mental capacity. Until next time, my friends. Bye.